like to bring up our first presenter tonight. She is a wife. She is a mother of two, a 1 year old and a 4 year old, and flat out getting it done. She is originally from the United Kingdom, but now resides in the beautiful island of Tobago. She owns multiple businesses in the United Kingdom as well as Trinidad and Tobago. And more importantly, she is in this business, my business partner, and she is part of the prestigious 2020 Club on her way to director in training. Now, she is my top leader in Trinidad and Tobago, and she's an inspiration to all of the planet. You see, her mindset shifted a year ago, and that is because she is not just in planet now is in her. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you my success partner, Emma J. Regis. Emma J., have you made it to the line?
Great evening, everyone. Misty, can you see and hear me clearly?
Can see and hear you clearly, looking like a ray of sunshine. Take it away.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, great evening, everyone. And Misty, thank you so much for that gracious introduction. Ladies and gents, I am Emma J. Regis. I do reside in the beautiful island of Tobago, originally from the UK. But I got into this business because those two boys that I have, I say to people, I'm a mom of two and a wife of one. It took me 20 years to have them. So they are like my miracle babies, right? So for me, I need to be there for every single milestone for them, right? I don't want to be working against the clock. Meanwhile, you take your first step, you say your first word, and I'm not there. No. But most important, ladies and gents, I wanted to be able to have the freedom to live life on my terms and be around my children. That is when I came upon this amazing vehicle. You see, 3 years ago, I was introduced to this amazing opportunity, and it has taught me how to go about getting financial freedom, personal freedom, and time freedom. And before we go on with the presentation, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a second while you're making your notes as we go through tonight and just think where you are now, where it is that you want to be, and how are you going to get there? Because if your situation hasn't changed within the last sort of 6 to 12 months, then you need a plan B. So I was able to design my ideal life with this business. And guess what? You can too. So, ladies and gents, you're going to find out how you can learn more, earn more, travel more, and experience more. Literally, you'll be able to build a network. You're able to empower and embrace others and yourself because this isn't just about travel, it's more to it. You're able to benefit from e-commerce. What does that mean? No contracts, no quotas. You're your own boss, work on your own hours. But most importantly, you are going to become a travel professional, earning travel commissions and also learning the secrets of a travel professional. So, ladies and gents, you're probably wondering, well, who are we? And I'm so glad you asked. We are Planet Marketing. We're a company that is managed as a business should be. The gentleman you see to the right of the screen, that is Mr. Donald Bradley. He is the Planet Marketing founder and CEO and the visionary behind this amazing vehicle. You see, Mr. Bradley wanted people with ordinary lives to be able to have extraordinary lives and therefore put together this amazing vehicle. So, Planet Marketing is based in Delray Beach, Florida. They're a 10-year-old company with solid company leadership, and they have reps in over 20 countries. Now, commissions that we've paid to date is over 350 million. You heard it right, 350 million in commissions. Now, let me draw your attention to Mr. Dwayne Van Sil. He is the Planet Marketing President. Mr. Van Sil has over 20 years of leadership, marketing, and sales experience. And then we go across to Miss Leanne Treckler. She is the Planet Marketing COO. Again, another person with years of experience, over 20 years in management and administration. So what does that mean? They ensure that the planet is run as it should be. Now, you're probably wondering, well, if it's a marketing company, well, what is their product? And again, I'm glad you've asked. Our product is in one of the largest and sexiest industries in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, our host agency is IntelliTravel. Our product is in the travel industry, and IntelliTravel is literally based in Delray Beach, Florida. They're a 35-year-old company, and they are known for their accreditations and certifications. So from the CLIA, which is the Cruise Line International Association, to the BBB, which is the Better Business Bureau. Why? Because we are recognized for excellence. Now, IntelliTravel is based in Delray Beach, Florida, and the gentleman you see to the screen on the right is Mr. James Ferrara. That is the IntelliTravel CEO. Now, it's simple, ladies and gentlemen. There's an exclusive partnership with Planet Marketing. So we sell travel and Planet sells us. That's it. So to date, ladies and gentlemen, we have booked an astonishing 5.5 billion in travel, right? 5.5 billion. And let me just go down to where it says industry awards and recognitions and scroll over to that Travel Weekly Magellan Award. Now, if you know anything about the Grammys, well, this is like the Grammys in travel, ladies and gentlemen. And we haven't won it once, we've won it multiple times. So let me ask you, how many of you knew that the commissions are already built into your travel bookings? Now, some may be saying, well, I book directly with a supplier, or I go to a travel agent, or I even go and book online. Well, guess what? You're leaving money on the table. Ladies and gentlemen, how would you feel about enjoying the infinite possibilities as a travel business owner? You'll get 70 to 80% of the commissions. A fully fledged at-home travel agency with your state-of-the-art booking portal. You'll be partnered with every major supplier worldwide, your own payment gateway and customer management software. Now, a lot of people are thinking, well, what sort of trips can I book? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put everything in the chat. Anything and everything named travel and entertainment, there is a commission tied to it. So we've got group cruises, churches, church retreats, sororities, fraternities, honeymoons, divorces, guys trips, girls trips, you name it, there is a commission attached to it. Ladies and gents, this is a full turnkey business. So you'll receive customer service and support, on-demand agent training modules, access to major suppliers worldwide, and your sales and marketing material. And let me just draw your attention to that desktop on the screen. It says, welcome back. All that's missing from there is your name. So again, you say, well, Emma, what do I have access to? Any and everything. Cruises, resorts, vacation packages, sports and entertainment, Beyonce tickets, you can earn a commission on it. So ladies and gents, a lot of people will say, well, Emma, why travel? Why now? And I spin that back on them and say, well, why not travel? Why not now? Let's break down the facts. Travel is an $11.5 trillion industry, and it's projected to hit 15 trillion within the next 10 years. It's the number one number one research category online between the hours of 9 to 5, when most of us should be doing what? Working. No, we are looking for that next bargain trip. So let's break it down to see who is actually traveling. We've got our baby boomers, and they're spending approximately $2.5 trillion annually, and they are fueling the growth. Then we have our Generation X's. If any of these categories apply to you, pop it in the box. So Generation X's are spending approximately $3 trillion annually, but they like quality over quantity, maintaining that work-life balance. Then we've got our millennials. That's my crew. And we spent approximately $4 trillion annually. But then we've got our current generation. That's our Gen Zs. Now they spend approximately $1.5 trillion annually. They're our digital generation, our jet setters, business and leisure travelers, calling them our bleisure travelers. So, ladies and gentlemen, how would you feel about turning your mobile phone into an ATM? Why not get paid on what people are doing anyway and what you're doing anyway? Let's face it, almost everyone you know is traveling or wants to travel. So get paid on it. And you're probably asking, well, Emma, okay, I've heard enough. How much can I get paid? Get down to it. So guess what? We're going to show you a few examples. So do you know any frequent business travelers? Imagine they go to your portal and book a 3-night hotel stay 3 times a month. You've done nothing, but you've earned a commission of over $150. Now, ladies and gentlemen, all of the currency that we'll be speaking about tonight will be in USD currency, or as I call it, US dollars. Now, would $151 help you to take a bill or two off of the table? Here's another example for you. Know any golfers, or perhaps you're a golfer yourself? You would know that golfers like to golf in groups. So you've got a request for a 5-day golf trip for a group of 4 golfing in Scottsdale, Arizona. This may take you approximately 35, maybe half an hour, 35 to 45 minutes to get it done. But ladies and gentlemen, would that be worth a commission check of over 270 US dollars? Here's another example. Know anyone getting married soon? The wedding bells are ringing, and guess what? They've come to you to book that honeymoon. So you book a 7-day honeymoon, all inclusive, complete with butler service to Cancun. This again may take you 35 minutes to an hour tops. But would that not be worth a commission check of 560 odd US dollars? But the next one is my favorite, because me, myself, being a cruise specialist, because of this amazing opportunity, I know and appreciate cruises pay the most commissions. Group bookings pay the most commissions. So you've got a request to do a 5-day group cruise. It's a family reunion and they want to book 20 cabins on a Western Caribbean cruise. Now, ladies and gents, we know families, there's always going to be some sort of argument. Aunt Martha, Uncle Baba, Aunt Gerna, they're all arguing, but guess what? That's not your problem. When you've booked it, it's taken an hour of your time to earn a commission check of over 2,200 US dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, you will get the picture by now. There's a lot of money in travel and money is being left on the table. So you see, we like to have fun learning and earning. We're able to educate ourselves by experiencing travel from a client's perspective on going on our exclusive IntelliTrips, and you'll be able to do the same too. We could become better educated on travel vendors and industry products, and we're also able to advance through each level of certification and position ourselves for increased earnings. Let me draw your attention to Dreammaker, Vacation Builder, and Travel Genius. These are additional qualifications that you can get within this package for no additional cost. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our classrooms aren't those sticky boardrooms. When we travel, we make sure that we get certified in style. So we did an IntelliTrip to Negril, Jamaica. 4 days, 3 nights, all-inclusive, adults-only resort. We did it to get our wellness travel certification. We paid, drop it down, $499 per person. Ladies and gentlemen, that was per advisor and not per night. You can't even stay there for one night for that price. Here's another example. Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, 4 days, 3 nights, 5-star diamond resort, all inclusive. But this time is to get our luxury travel advisor certification. Ladies and gentlemen, we paid 720 US dollars per person, not per night, per person. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this business opportunity, we have what's called our IntelliTrust guarantees, because we want you to come in and try this business and understand that it is risk-free. Now, the first one is our best travel price guarantee. What that simply means is someone comes to you and they book a trip. They go away within the 7 days of booking that trip and they see it cheaper somewhere else. They come back to you, Emma, I found it somewhere else. Well, we offer price match. But in the event that we are unable to meet or beat the price, IntelliTravel will provide your client with Intella credits, Intella bucks to use towards their next trip being booked by themselves. The difference will be paid in Intella bucks. Now, the second one is our 100% money back guarantee. No questions asked. We say, come in, try the business for 30 days. We say 29 because some people like to leave it to the last minute. Try it for 29. And if within that time you decide, I don't want to make commissions, I don't like booking travel, I don't want to do this, you can cancel and get all of your monies back, no questions asked. But the third one, ladies and gentlemen, this is my ultimate favorite. This is our unique profit guarantee, 100% risk-free, satisfaction guaranteed. And what that means is any business owner or entrepreneur would know that 30 days simply is not enough time to really try and test a business. So Mr. Ferrara says, come in, try it for 12 months. But if you do not make or save what you have invested, the company will cut you a check for the difference and you still get to keep your business. Ladies and gentlemen, who does that? We do that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you so much for giving me your undivided attention while I took you to the beaches of the world. You see, because we go to 2 places here. We go to the beaches and we go to the banks. But I'm about to bring forward a presenter who's about to take you to the banks to cash in. Now, this lady is a 1-star director in this amazing opportunity. She resides in Charlotte, North Carolina. She has been in this business for 8 years, has a team in over 17 countries. She retires in 2024 as a vice president for a prestigious bank in America, but she retired with a plan. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady is in the top 0.1% of leaders in this amazing opportunity. She is part of the prestigious 40/40 Club. She leads from the front and she's changing lives with intention. Ladies and gentlemen, it's no other than my coach and my mentor, Miss Donna Reeves. Donna, have you made it to the line?
I'm here, Emma J. Can you see and hear me clearly?
I certainly can, Miss D. Please do take it away.
Thank you so much. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for spending some time with us this evening. As Emma J said, my name is Donna Reeves. I do reside in Charlotte, North Carolina, originally from New Jersey. I spent 45 years in the financial services arena, 20 as a vice president for Wells Fargo Bank. And I did retire 2 years ago. People often ask me, why did you do this when you had a great career? And it's simple. I never want anybody to be the captain of my ship, having control over my financial future or my legacy, right? So tonight, we're going to share with you how to build a network, not only empower yourself, but empower others by capitalizing on leverage and residual income. You see, my favorite uncle, I think you know him, Warren Buffett, he says never rely on a single source of income. You must invest to create a second source. He didn't say go out and get a second and third job because 2 and 3 jobs are for 2 and 3 people. He said create a second source. So tonight I'm going to share with you how to create a second source. And the first component of that is leveraged income. You see, many of us say, I'm not a salesperson. Well, really, either am I. But yes, we really are because we share everything that we love. You go to an amazing restaurant, you're telling everybody how good the food was. You are going to a great movie, you see it, you tell everybody you gotta go see the movie. Ladies, a great shoe sale, you know you're dialing your girls, telling you gotta go to XYZ and get some shoes. A great hairstylist, a barber. You see, the difference is we're referring people to all those businesses, but we are not compensated. Well, here we get compensated for sharing this information. So every single time you share with someone and they want to join and lock arms with you and become an independent travel agent, you are going to get a $50 direct sale. I know you're saying, Donna, and whoever invited me here tonight, I know you did not get me on this Zoom to talk about $50. And you're right, I didn't. It's much, much more. You see, that direct sale goes to you when you make that sale of an agency. But when that person does the same thing, you are going to get a 50% check match. It doesn't matter how many times they do it. If they go out and get or make $1,000 this week, you're going to make 500. 5,000, you're going to make 2,500. And then on top of that, you are going to start making $10 team bonuses all the way up to $60 once you become a gold builder. Now, look at the bottom of the screen where it says there's no limit on direct sales, matches, or team bonuses. Upfront commissions are paid weekly. You see that weekly? It's with 2 E's, not an A, because there are no week commissions paid here. Now, once you, once you start sharing with people and you lock arms with 3 individuals or 3 independent travel agents, you become a bronze builder. You see, this is mirrored off of the Olympics. Mr. Bradley, the owner, loves sports and he loves the Olympics. Add 3 more, lock arms with 3 more, you become a silver builder. And guess what? You've already earned back your investment plus. 9, you become a gold builder. Now, you know the Olympics. We train hard, but nobody goes to the Olympics to get the bronze or silver medal. They go to get the gold, to stand on top of that podium, representing their country and being recognized for the hard work that they did. Now, you see here, when you become a gold builder, 3 additional streams of income kick in. The first is that $10 team bonus. So instead of making 50 on a direct sale at 60, that 50% check match goes from 25 to 35. In addition, you're going to make a 10% match on your personal ITA's travel commissions. Now, you know that cruise that Emma J talked about, the commission was $22.40. If you were the gold builder that brought that agent in that booked that cruise, they, of course, are going to get the 22.40, but you are going to get 10%, $224. Now, you don't know that they booked the trip. You don't know who was doing the cha-cha slide on the Lido deck, nor do you care. What you do know is that 10% of that commissions dropped into your bank account or was put on your international debit card. And then in addition, you will earn a dollar, 10% on your matrix. This is where the residual income component kicks in. This is a 3x9 team build matrix. Pay attention to team. You're not doing this alone. But residual, what does that mean? Do something once and get paid over and over and over again for it. I love to use the greatest entertainer, or at least one of them, of all times, Michael Jackson. He has not been with us for decades, but every single time one of his songs is played, his estate gets paid. That's residual income. Now, as I said, this is a 3x9 team build matrix, but I want you to go over to where it says level. And if you see on the second level, there is a lock, but it's unlocked. And what that is saying is that after you have locked arms with two people that have purchased travel agencies from you, it unlocks your matrix. Let's go down to Bronze Builder, where you have blessed three people with a business. On that level, you can make up to $156, but we're keeping it going. Let's go down to silver. Silver, you're responsible for six. And on that level, you are able to make up to $4,368. Now, as you see that $4 bill that is in that per agent, active agent column, it is because every single time somebody joins your organization, whether you brought them in or somebody else did, a $4 bill is attached to them. So let's just say you're the gold builder that brought that individual in. They made 4,368, but the company's paying you 10% or $436.80. But you know, we're not stopping there. We're running for gold. At the level of gold, 9 people you're responsible for. On that level, there's 19,683, and we call them seats. If you add all of those up, it's 29,526 seats that, guess what? Every single person that is in this business has. So let's multiply that times the 4. It's $118,092. Now, I know some of you are saying, Donna, no one makes 118,000 or anything near that on the $4 bill. Not one person, numerous people make that kind of money on the $4 bill. You see, we call this our 401k on steroids. You see, when I retired 2 years ago, I saved. I had a great 401k. You think you can take that money and really have a good time with it. Well, no, it's not how it works. That money has to be deposited into another account, because if it's not, you are penalized for using your own money. Here, our 401k on steroids, once that second person drops in and those $4 start to accumulate, it is paid out to you each and every month on the 10th. Now, once you become a gold builder, it opens up the gates for our director program. So let's look at a few levels. 1-star director, you and your team have grown to 100. Remember, you're really only responsible for 9. 100 times that $4 bill is $400. Now, that you get paid on the 10th of the month. But on the 1st of the month, that's when your director bonuses kick in, and your first one is $500. In addition, you're going to get another $10 team bonus. So instead of making 50 on every direct sale, you're making 70. And that 50% check match goes from 25 to 45. Look over in the gray box where it says 1-star directors receive $1,000 monthly income guarantee from all sources. What that means is at the end of the month, the system is just gliding down to see and make sure that if you're a director, you've made at least $1,000. If you did not, you are going to be paid the difference from the company. If you only made 800, Mr. Bradley's giving you the other 2. 700, he's giving you the other 3. Let's go down to a 2-star director, 300 agents on your team, 3 times that $4 bill, $1,200. But on the first, that bonus doubles. Now it is $1,000 director bonus. And guess what? You get another $10 team bonus, which means that you're going to make 80 on every direct sale, and that 50% check match is going to be 55. Let's come down to the 5-star director that it is grown to 4,000 agents on your team. 4 times 4, $16,000 on the 10th of the month. But on the first of the month, that director bonus is $10,000. Now, at that level, it caps off the $10 team bonus, which means that you're going to make 110 on every direct sale, and your 50% check match will be 85. And for every single sale within your organization, that $10 to $60 is paid out to someone. It just depends on your level. Now, I want you to come down to 7-star director, because we just crowned a 7-star director out of the United Kingdom. This lady starts her month off with some serious cash. She's got a team of minimally 25,000 agents. 25 times 4, 100,000. But her bonus on the first of the month is $30,000. Add that up, it's 130,000. But I'm going to tell you a little secret. Miss Rachel Laji makes $167,000 per month. Now we have no 8, 9, or 10-star directors, which means you've caught this, right? So you have the opportunity to come in, help others get started like you did, and be able to work towards this director program. Now, Mr. Bradley also likes to bless those that are in the trenches, helping him build this business. Now, these rings and things come out of his pocket. The company does not pay for this. So once you are making $8,333 per month, that gives you $100,000 annually, you are going to get the sapphire ring. $20,833 per month, giving you $250,000, that you're going to get the ruby ring. $41,666 per month, that's giving you $500,000. You're going to get the diamond ring. I don't know anybody that doesn't like diamonds. And then $83,333 per month, that gives you $1 million annually. Now, we have too many sapphire, ruby, and diamond ring wearers to even try to tell you the numbers, but I can tell you in the 10 years that we've partnered with IntelliTravel, we have 9 millionaires, 8 that are millionaires, and 1 that is a multi-millionaire. And then to the right, you see that Rolex, diamond encrusted Rolex timepiece. Now, would I buy a Rolex for myself? Absolutely not. I'd rather be traveling the world. But if Mr. Bradley's going to bless me with a Rolex timepiece, when I get to 5-star, I am going to wear it graciously. Now, this is our income disclosure statement. I know we have numerous countries on the line tonight, but here in the United States, any money that we make over $600, we have to pay taxes on. I know some of you that we partner with, you get all of this money clear and free, but here, Uncle Sam, the IRS, wants a piece of our pie. So let's look at this. Let's go down to the gold builder that worked about 15 hours per week. There was a gold builder in 2025 that made over $655,000. Let's slide down to the director. We didn't have a 7-star at the end of 2025. That just happened in January. So for a 6-star director, they're making average of, as I said, $1 million per year. Now, this income disclosure statement is only applicable to Planet Marketing. Has nothing to do with the income disclosure statements for IntelliTravel. But I can tell you that between both companies, we pay out over $6.5 million each, 13 million out in commissions every single month. Now, I know the typing is tiny on this. If you want a copy, just get back to the person that invited you. They will be more than happy to send you a copy of our 2025 income disclosure statement. Now, this slide is so important to me, our Planet Marketing Pledge, and this is why I planted my flag here at Planet Marketing. And I'm going to read it word for word. As a Planet Marketing Director, feel secure in knowing that in the event of your death, the Planet business you've built will outlast you. Your family will still receive your Planet Marketing weekly commissions, director pay, director bonuses, and monthly residual income. You see, when I became a director, I immediately got legal documents in the mail saying, Donna, who do you want to leave your money to? I'm not married. I have no children. So I chose my siblings and my two favorite nieces. If I die today, all of the money that I make on a weekly and monthly basis will be divided up equally to all of them. But this is the beauty, and this is where the legacy kicks in. When they die, it passes to their beneficiaries. And when they die, it passes to theirs. It keeps going and going. Why did this hit me hard? As I said in the beginning, 45 years I spent in the financial services arena, 20 as a vice president for Wells Fargo Bank. When I retired in June of 2024, did I get a legacy? Did I get a pledge? Did I get anything that I could leave to my family? Absolutely not. I got a $150 gift card and a plaque. It's because corporate America does not care about you enough to ensure that you are taken care of. What they are concerned about is that you're working hard from 9 to 5 or whatever those hours are, giving them your blood, sweat, and tears. Now, this is a turnkey business. We have valuable tools, systems, support. You're going to get 2 websites, marketing and travel, 2 mobile apps, marketing and travel. All of your training will be free on demand. We have live trainings. We have live Zooms like this, presenting the information for you. But one of our biggest events every single year is our international convention. This year, it will be held in the largest Marriott in the world in Orlando, Florida, from September 10th through the 12th, called this year Unstoppable, because we have no excuses, we have no fear, and we have no limits. And our guest note speaker this year will be none other than Fraser Brooks. If you don't know who Fraser is, Google him. From the United Kingdom, now living in Dubai, but is a phenomenal trainer. So I know you're saying, now, how do I start? Donna, I didn't need to hear about the bank. I was ready to go when Emma J was talking about the beach. Well, I'm going to share with you how you can get started with us. You see, price is what you pay, value is what you get. No, that is not a typo on the screen. $199.90 gives you both businesses. $19.95 goes to Planet Marketing. $179.95 goes to IntelliTravel. That equals the $199.90. And then 30 days later, the overhead to run your business, every business has an overhead, kicks in. And with the mobile app will be $64.95. That is what it costs for you to be in an $11.5 trillion industry for a one-time investment of $200, and then let's just say $2 per day, less than Starbucks cost you or Dunkin' Donuts on your way to the office. So there's normally three types of people that join us. All I'm going to say to you tonight is get mad, make a decision. You see the number three say, thank you for inviting me tonight, but I am not interested in the business. I don't want to book travel. I don't want to lay on a beach. I don't want to go on a cruise. I don't want to bless people with businesses. I'm not interested. And we just say, thank you so much for honoring the invite. But we do ask you the next time you're ready to book a trip, book a concert, go to the theater, get back to the person that invited you tonight so that they can get your business. Number two, say, Donna, this sounds amazing, but I have some questions. Please stay on the line afterwards, and we are going to answer all of your questions. Number one says, Donna, I was ready to go when I saw that person on that cruise ship, and if I booked it, I could make $2,200. And if that's the case, we're going to tell you tonight how you can get started right away. You see, we want you to start your journey of success. And starting any journey starts with one step. You've already made the first step. You've joined us tonight to hear about this amazing opportunity. But the beauty of it is you took the one step, but we're going to take the thousands and thousands and thousands of miles with you because you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So on behalf of Nadine, Cassetta, Kim, Ainsley, Norberta, Mary, Tia, Chris, Emma J, and myself, we want to welcome you to the best place on the planet. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our formal presentation. I'm going to bring my co-hosts back up, and we are going to open it up for Q&A. Now, one thing I want to tell you is do not be shy, okay? If you have a question, please ask the question. One thing I don't want you to do is go ask somebody that knows nothing about the industry, that does not and cannot help you make an educated decision about your future. You see, get all your questions answered here so that you can make that educated decision about what you want to do as it relates to this business model. So, who has our first question tonight? You can come off mute or you can drop it in the chat box. Emma J or I will read the question and provide the answer for you. I'm going to check.
There's nothing in there at the moment, Misty, so far.
Okay, well, I'm going to address the elephant that's sometimes in the room, right? Hold on one second. Okay, somebody came off mute. The elephant that is sometimes in the room, and more in the international realm, that people got caught up in the susu, the flower, the giving tree, and they're like, this is a pyramid. Well, I can tell you it is not. IntelliTravel, the oldest home-based travel business in the world, been around for 35 years. Planet Marketing that partnered with IntelliTravel is been around going on 11. But I understand why people think that, because you did get caught up in one of those scams. And it goes like this. Emma J, give me $500 and I promise you in 5 weeks, I'm going to give you 5,000. It's illegal. Nobody can promise you money for money. You see, that person that got your $500, how they are paying out those 5,000, even if it gets there, is by duping other people and paying that $500. Totally illegal. You have to have a product and a service to be in business. Our product is travel. Our service is we sell travel agency franchise. Furthermore, we report everything to the IRS. Nobody doing anything illegal is reporting the money to the government. We also have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, as well as the Federal Trade Commission is watching everything we do. But if you don't believe any of that, I'm going to say this to you. If this is a scam, then I'm going to tell you who else is in this scam with us. Ritz-Carlton, Marriott, Carnival Cruise, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, Hertz Rent-A-Car, Avis Rent-A-Car, any resort, any all-inclusive, any sporting event, any theater, because those are our suppliers who we sell their inventory. As Emma J said, this is an $11.5 trillion industry moving to 15 trillion, growing by leaps and bounds. There is no way that all of the suppliers that you've been on their cruise ship, you've been in their rental car, you've been in the hotel, is running an illegal business. Those people were around long before we were. So I rest assure you that this is two legitimate businesses that are doing amazing, amazing business. Any questions out there? Do not be shy.
No.
As a question. All right, I'm going to ask you a question, Emma J. Because as you know, I introduced you, I said you're a wife and a mother. You have multiple businesses in different countries. You have a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. I don't know how you do it, but how do you do it? How do you run this business, your other businesses, take care of your husband and your 2 boys? Can you share that with our guests tonight?
Absolutely. I think for me, it's literally I take each day in its stride. I start my day and I walk each day in faith and purpose. I plug into what's been given and I make sacrifices. And I mean huge sacrifices because you see that time freedom, that's something huge. And my journey so far had been a struggle up until recently. Why? Because I took this business for a hobby rather than a business when I first got started, right? And if I had actually been serious in this business, and the reality hit me when I had my second son, right? And I almost lost my life and laying there thinking, hold on a second, I have $1 trillion business in my hands, treating it as a hobby and unable to achieve that legacy. No, I put pedal to the metal, followed my coach and my mentor. Why? Because I'm in business for myself and not by myself, and success leaves clues. Ladies and gentlemen, this business opportunity, Donna's asked me, how do I do it? It's because I'm coachable, trainable, reachable, and teachable. That's all it is. And when you are coachable, trainable, reachable, and teachable, you will make the sacrifices in order to develop yourself to get yourself to where you want to be. And that's literally the sacrifice that I chose to make for me and my family. And let me tell you something, it's the best decision that I've made. Back to you, Misty.
Well, let's talk about how much cost. I looked as people were coming in the room. So I'm going to run through the countries that I see on the line tonight. As I already said, US 199.90 one time. Your overhead to run your business monthly is $64.95. And ladies and gentlemen, for us here in the United States, that is a tax deduction. Trinidad and Tobago, 1400 TT one time. Your overhead is $440 per month. United Kingdom, 156 pounds one time. Your overhead, 46 pounds. Jamaica, 31,000 one time, and your overhead is 10,169. Barbados, 404 one time, your overhead 130. Belize, 401 one time, your overhead 130. And I believe I saw St. Kitts and Nevis slide into the room, and that is 541 one time, 180 is your overhead to run your business. If I missed any country, please let me know. We're in 22 countries. But what do you get for that? As I told you, you get 2 websites, marketing and travel. You get 2 mobile apps, marketing and travel. You're immediately going to get your credentials, your agent PIN number associated only to you, your IATA number for all land and air bookings, your CLIA number for cruise bookings. In addition, all of your training is included unless you decide to go off to some tropical island and get a certification, which is not required. You can sit in the comfort of your home and do everything. But you're going to be trained by me, trained by other leaders, trained by the VP of training for IntelliTravel, Jessica. You'll also be trained by our ambassadors that are trained to train all 145,000 of us worldwide. And more importantly, you will be trained by our suppliers. You see, they're pouring into us. They're letting us know what they have because they want us to book with them and not a different supplier. MSC is saying, come over here, Donna. Royal Caribbean saying, wait a minute, we've got a deal going on over here. Come see what we have. So they're all pouring into you. You decide what you want to be specialized in, if it's anything, right? Emma J's a cruise specialist. You could be a faith-based specialist, but that is up to you. You decide where you want to concentrate yourself to learn more about the industry in which you are selling. Literally a lucrative business, because guess what? You don't have to chase somebody to go to Hawaii, to go to Tahiti, to go to Bali, even to go to Trinidad and Tobago or Bahamas, some of the islands that are on the phone tonight. Nobody needs their arm twisted to lay on a beach or go somewhere amazing. And that is the great thing about the industry that we are in. Any questions whatsoever? This is a quiet group. I have never been on a Zoom that there was not one question. There's 51 people on this line. Nobody has a question. And if not, we just did a really good job.
Really good job. Don't be shy. If someone's thinking it, please ask it. I think we should go ahead and just let our ladies and gents know, how do we get paid?
Absolutely.
Oh, hey, Takira. She just got in the room and she's asking a question.
Yes,
Go for it, darling.
Hi. So I got in a little late, so I didn't hear anything. I have a bad migraine. So I would love to get some information on what took place. Just briefly, so that I could be aware and be up to date on what is taking place. New here, by the way. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too.
One of the things, we can't run through everything that we just said, but who invited you this evening, Takira?
It's my guest.
Andre.
It's my guest.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get you in front of the information. We'll invite you to another presentation. There's one tomorrow night so that you can see everything that you missed. And then you can get on the line with Andre and Emma J, which is his coach, so that you can get all of your questions answered.
Okay, thank you.
You are so welcome. So Emma J asked, like, how do we get paid, right? So for all of our international business partners, we courier you 2 international debit cards, one for Planet Marketing and one for IntelliTravel. Once you've earned a commission, those cards are going to be couriered to you once you have it in hand, just like any other card. We activate it, but then we go in and we load your commissions on. From that day forward, you're just getting emails from either Planet Marketing or IntelliTravel letting you know how much has been loaded onto your card. Their international debit cards can be used anywhere in the world for anything. And I know that's really important to some international countries. People say, why do we send international debit cards to you? Well, it's because some of your banks want a piece of your pie. And by sending you an international debit card from our banks directly to you, all of that money comes directly to you, and it does not have to flow through your bank. But if you want it deposited into your bank, we can certainly do it. Here in the United States, we have numerous options as to how you can get paid. Either the cards, you can get that, or deposited into any type of account you have. Now, I will say that what are the requirements? You have to be 18 years of age. You need a debit or credit card that can make international online purchases because both companies are in the United States. IntelliTravel, Delray Beach, Florida, Planet Marketing in Atlanta, Georgia. And you just need something you can work off of. We like an iPad, a laptop once you start rolling, but we have signed up people that didn't have that yet, and they started this business off of the cell phone.
Right, we've got a question from Lucy Lou. What level entry of knowledge or education of travel do you need for being in this business or industry, or is it basic knowledge? I love that question.
I love it. You need zip, which all I knew when I joined this business is I love to travel, and I turned a passion into a paycheck. I didn't know anything. I knew that I was booking travel for groups of people, friends, family, but I wasn't getting paid for that, right? I knew nothing about the industry except it was something I love to do. The training here is absolutely amazing. You will be trained in travel, you'll be trained in marketing. See, a lot of people say to me, Donna, how do you have agents in 17 countries? I did it all from the comfort of my home right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, did I directly bring all of those people in 17 countries? No, but I have a large team. They know people I don't know. I am a J in Tobago. It will all happen through social media. That's part of your training, right? We show you how to market your travel business as well as your marketing business on social media, whatever platform you want. You know, I'm a baby boomer. I'm a Facebook girl, right? But Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, any way you want to advertise your business, we're going to show you how to do that.
Brilliant. Thank you, Misty. Oh, Ariel Gittins. Good night, everyone. I'm from Trinidad. I want to know more so I can join. Ariel, have you just joined us just now? And also let us know who invited you as well, love. Ainsley. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. If you just jumped on now, Ariel, what we'll have to do is you can jump onto tomorrow's Zoom, or Ainsley can send you some information and then he can get you on a call with me and then I can answer any questions that you have. Is that okay? Because we can't go back through the presentation again, unfortunately.
Other questions from guests?
Hi, good night.
Good
Hi.
night.
Sorry, this is Ariel Gittins, right?
Hi.
Yes, I understand that I will have to go through the other presentation. I know that, but I just wanted to find out more information because how you were describing it, it sounds interesting, and I love to travel. So yeah,
Absolutely. And I'm
once
going to tell
again,
you, you just need a desire to want to do what you love, right? Turning a passion into a paycheck, which is exactly how I got started. I just gave the criteria. Will definitely tomorrow there'll be another presentation. All of your questions will be answered. And if you're ready to go, it literally takes you 20 minutes, about 20, depending on how quick you type, to get you in the system, but you immediately get your credentials that identify you as a bona fide travel agency owner. We start registering you with suppliers. We do onboarding with you for training modules, for a webinar, and then you begin to get into the process. So we're excited that you want to know more information and want to get started with Ainsley, and we will make sure that everything that you need to know and want to know is answered. Any other questions? Any other questions? Well, it is, I believe, the top of the hour. It is right at 9 o'clock. If there are no other questions, you know what? Thank you so much. There were 51 people on the line. Somebody just dropped, but there's 50 now. Thank you for spending time with us this evening to learn more about this amazing opportunity. Let me just say this. Travel may not be your thing, and it's okay. What I hope I did tonight is open up your mindset that you need a plan B, right? And so what I want you to do is whatever you're passionate about, turn it into a business, turn it into a paycheck. You're an amazing cook, become a chef, sell dinners, sell food. You do great floral arrangements. Do that. Whatever your heart's desire is, whatever makes you happy, I want you to turn that into a business. Change your life through what you love to do, because when you do what you love, it doesn't appear to be hard, or a business is hard. I'm going to tell you that right now. Any business that you want to do, if you're not putting the effort in, you're not going to get success. But I certainly want you to think outside of the box, your mindset to say, wow, she just made me think about something, because I'm tired of going to my 9 to 5 every day. I'm tired of that dollar raise I get per year. Or I'm retired sitting around and I need some additional streams of income. Whatever your circumstance may be, all I'm saying is think about how you can change your life and your lifestyle by adding additional streams of income coming into your household. So on behalf of all of us that launched tonight, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us this evening. And the next time we see you, I want to see you on this call as one of our success partners, locked arms with us with your guest, so that you, I, and everybody else on the team can visit the beach and the bank. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. God bless and good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.